3-liter turbo diesel power, 43-inch Mickey Thompson Baja Pros, custom hand-built trailing arm suspension. Let's take a look at Dixie's latest creation. All right, welcome back to Exhibition Builds. I'm out on the trail with Bryce Thompson. And Bryce, what did you do?
Well, we went a little big this year.
You did. Well, you guys, this thing in person is just off the charts. So tell me about this build.
So we wanted a Jeep that would grab some attention, but we also, like we have a place in Sand Hollow, a place in St. George. We like to rock crawl. This Jeep's got 43-inch tires, 20-inch wheels, so that we were getting back closer to like that 40 and 17.
Yeah.
We knew it had a long wheelbase compared to Wranglers. 4-door Jeeps are a little bit long for most people, so going even a little bit longer. A lot of places it helps you, there's some places it hurts you. One of the stock Gladiator's problems is they have a lot of overhang. So you like to get them up a little bit so they don't drag everywhere.
Sure.
Some don't mind it dragging, some don't want it to touch.
Yeah.
In our case, we didn't want it to touch, so we sectioned the back, bobbed the bed.
How much came off roughly?
Roughly 10 inches. It was pretty much the seam of the stamp metal of the tail light to the actual curve of the fender flare where the body stamp met together, where it was just meant to be chopped.
Right, that's a perfect spot.
Jeep probably planned that. It was that good, you know?
Yeah.
To make it proportion, we went big tires, but like I said, we wanted, if you know me, we like to go fast.
Yeah.
We like to mix it up. We like to rock crawl. We like to do different things.
You know about that rev limiter.
But I've also broke a lot of things. So when we went with this big of a tire, we teamed up with Dynatrack and they came out with their XD 80 and 60 combo.
So that's what, 60 front, 80 rear?
But 40 spline front, inner, outer, which is not standard.
No, not at all.
If you plan ahead with Dynatrack, you can order axle a little bit more to your likings and what you're doing. And
so is this axle available for everybody?
it is, with the proper planning ahead. You know, it's not going to be on their website, click here, but you can get on the phone, you can call them up. We went 74.5 wide, 40 spline front, 40 spline rear, 538s. Everyone goes, oh, it's a little low with this. And the answer is, with this Jeep set up the way that it is, right now I think it's right in the sweet spot.
Good.
It crawls
so
good.
We're gonna, we've seen it crawl a little bit. We'll get some footage for you guys so you can see it in action. So we talked about axles. What about suspension? What are you running for? We got coilovers on this, of course.
We got 12-inch coilovers front and rear.
Okay.
But on the front, it's a 3-link with a straight track bar, straight link, so all 70/75 aluminum.
Okay.
Beefy. Summit billet joints. Our own custom links with Dixie 4-wheel drive engraved into them, since it's our own mounts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Everything is beefy. From our flat plate, we raised called a tummy tuck essentially. We raised all the belly up so that we could get what's called a flat skid plate underneath.
Yeah.
70/75 half-inch thick plate, so we can just.
So you're right on the frame rails.
You can tell we set a little bit low, but that's so that we can take that hit and kind of, know that everything's good under there.
Now, so with the trailing arms, you guys, we'll get you closest to that. Gas tank's got to move, obviously.
Well, not so much because of the trailing arm. The trailing arm, I think you can make it work, but you'd have to keep things like a track bar, things like that.
Yeah.
We 4-linked the rear of this, which means we triangulated the rear uppers and we were able to do a trailing arm on it.
Yeah.
12-inch travel shock pulls 18 inches of wheel travel with that 43-inch tall tire.
18 with a 43.
Yep,
Wow.
yep. Which is, we haven't got a chance to jump it yet, but we've got to mash through the whoops pretty good. We've got to rock crawl. We did Moab Rim, Hell's Revenge, Potato Salad Hill.
Bump stops, they're pretty close to dialed in. And
you're
getting a good feel for it now, right?
Yep.
It's being as new as it is.
For being shot out of the cannon and having axles 2.5 weeks ago and showing up today at this event with this, we're happy with the spring rate we have, but we think we can dial it a little more. But I think you'll like the footage you see when we get to open it up a little bit.
Very good. All right, so tell me, we did suspension, we did axles. Tell me a little bit more about what are you running on this build?
So a couple of the things that are kind of unique. Diesel, for example, they're new for Jeep. So steering assist, a lot of the aftermarket companies don't make a pump yet for it.
Way out in front of things here.
Yep,
right?
we teamed up with Apex.
Yeah.
They're a company that you turn up the factory pump with, a gauge to set it. We turned it up to turn these 43s. We got a redneck Ram with a ported box because we've done a ported box on a diesel and know that we've gotten that to work.
How's it working?
Right now it works good. Moab Rim, there was a few spots with 8 PSI, which we're sitting at, rock crawling, twisting it. There was a couple times I had to back up and readjust.
Give it a little more.
But we haven't put the Ram assist on it yet. It's
I
a ported box, but we got to add the
so
Ram.
You're not there yet.
Truth is, we don't even have a steering stabilizer on it, and we've been wheeling it all over Moab, ripping.
I followed you on the highway. It looked like it was
one-handed on the wheel, cruising good. Yep.
That's very good. So it's very dialed in.
Apex also makes a pretty cool deflator. It goes into the factory location of your tire.
Nice.
So anyone that has a normal tire, you can put in. They have a larger one or a smaller one, depending on your application.
Is this brand new?
It is.
I haven't heard of this yet.
So what's cool is you unthread the valve cap and it has a little lever. You just flip it and it just lets air pressure right out.
And it runs right on there all the time.
That 43 tire will be flat in no time.
Nice.
It's pretty quick. Now what's cool is.
Can you set the?
Nope. You can set a gauge on it and watch the gauge as you go while it's live. So that's cool. And then
it's rapid.
It's rapid, but it also inflates better than a standard valve core. The way they have it designed, it can actually get more airflow in. So it gets in and out, and it can work with other things. So that's what's cool about those.
Nice.
And they have a nice steering cooler that tucks up well at the front, so it fits Jeep, JL, JTs.
Yeah.
Worked with the Rock Slide Engineering front bumper we did.
Good, we'll take a look.
We wanted a stubby bumper. We pushed this axle forward with this big a tire so we weren't getting into the fender and everything with the sweep and this wide axles as we did.
Yeah.
So we went with the stubby Rock Slide Engineering front bumper.
Is
it's big, it's tall. So we wanted the Rock Slide Engineering steps.
Nice touch.
I ran these through the Rubicon on our other JT and drug everywhere. I haven't actually hit these ones yet, but that's the idea.
Got them armored, and I can attest to that. We did the Rubicon together.
And at the end of it, I showed you they all work like they should,
Yeah, it's great stuff.
On this, we did a fender chop. It's an Artec bracket, so you get the marker light. Yep, so that way,
nice and clean.
We're afraid to do anything else, knowing that tires get into it, but really a lot of people don't know there's coolers on the side of this engine. So the things that we build on this Jeep are things you can't buy off the shelf because it's not for everyone. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of, there's different things that you need to be aware of as far as what axles you go with and what and depends on what tire and wheel you're going to end up. And there's so many variables.
And you guys are learning it first time through, right?
It's not our first time, but this is a first over-the-top diesel build. I mean,
that's what I mean.
Front to back, it's totally different. If you get a good look underneath, you can tell we've done some pretty trick stuff if you know what you're looking for.
We'll get a look.
And it's got a Rock Jock rear sway bar, factory Rubicon front sway bar. We're going to be going to the Offroad Evolution or Evo manufacturing front sway bar disconnect, so you can shut it off with the ARB air compressor.
Nice, okay.
We have the inside the cab. We found that's the best luck for heat, things like that. We run an S-Pod Bantam to power our lights, front and rear lockers, air compressor. And
you've got the Gravity Pros up there and their new...
Dude, Hell's Revenge, it lights it up. Yeah, I mean, it was lighting it up everywhere out there. So
that looks great.
We're not done yet. We got the rock lights. We got we're gonna do a nice little chase rack on the back with a spare tire that lifts up.
Now, are you building that in house?
Yeah, everything was built in house.
Yeah.
So I mean, that way we could. Well, I say everything. Majority of it was done by us. That way it's ours, and we showed up. We had the Off-Road Expo, and we wanted just to be, hey, here's Dixie. At all levels. We'll service, we'll help you, but we can also build you. And so we wanted to leave this Jeep raw. One, we wanted, so fresh of a build and so different. We wanted to show the craftsmanship that went into it, how we clean up the frames when we cut the brackets off, how these new ones weld on.
Right.
It'll probably get it will get stripped back down and all coated up, and you'll see it come together pretty incredible. But
wow, great. Thanks, Bryce.
Thanks for having us along.
Let's an incredible thing to witness and to see and to share with you guys. So
let's go tear up the rest of Steelbender.